I record law enforcement, so I'm not recording. That's Big Nick.
Big Nick?
Yeah, man, I keep them accountable. Deputy Fancy?
Yes.
And you are?
Roberts.
Deputy Roberts, what's your badge number?
16897.
16897?
I didn't know you were Nick. You're Nick?
I'm Big Nick.
Oh, your channel, man.
Thank you. Let them know I'm not here to give you guys a hard time.
It's good stuff. It's just hotter than hell. You had a friend over there that was screaming your name one day on a traffic stop. I forget who it was. He was saying Big Nick, Big Nick.
Oh, yeah? You see?
But I made friends with him, too. So.
That's cool. Was it a good stop?
He wasn't involved in the stop, but yeah, it was all right.
Why do you guys do that?
Do what?
When people aren't involved in the stop, you guys question the passengers and all that.
No. He wasn't involved.
I know, but no, I mean, in general, agencies, like when you pull somebody over for whatever traffic.
I can't speak on behalf of other.
You don't go over to the passenger?
It depends on the situation.
I'm very involved with everybody here, so they all know me.
But you always want to know who you're going out with.
I mean, but the passenger can refuse to ID themselves to you, right? If it's just a traffic stop.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. But see, the law enforcement
Unless
never let
like
passengers
a
know that.
violation or there's something, wrong with the passenger, it has to be definitely doing something.
Right. But other than that, because I always notice all the time, the agency or the responding deputy or officer always goes over to the passenger and you guys got ID on you, or
They can
Yeah, right. But they don't give them that indication.
If they ask them something and they're not supposed to, or something comes of it, then it can get thrown out. That's why it goes to court.
Right. My whole thing is transparency. Like, if you guys was to go over and say, "Hey, Big Nick," well, not using my name,
I didn't know
whatever.
you were Nick.
You didn't know I was Nick, right? You didn't know I was Nick. So people just go over and just say me, for instance, come over and say, "Hey, buddy, you got ID on you?" You don't have to give me ID. I mean, you're not required to. Why don't you guys do that?
Oh, like explain why they don't have to do it?
Yeah.
You're speaking in generalities. I don't know who you talk to. I mean,
Have you ever heard that? I don't know, maybe you've done it, but I'm sure you watch videos or heard stories.
How do you find out all that? How do you know this information?
He's saying when he's been.
You research it, right?
Right. And as somebody being in America,
it's open for everybody.
as somebody being in America, right?
It's a matter of just
I feel like somebody that's being in America, whether you're a citizen or not, you got to remember this nation is governed by laws, and
for everybody.
that's how you should, get that information and understand that. And again, to all of my 73,000 subscribers, I'm not anti-cop. The police have a very specific and important job to do in our society. I'm military. I'm ex-military, so I understand your plight. But all I'm saying is this place can be so much better if law enforcement and civilians work together.
That's why you can walk up to everybody here. They all know me.
Right. Trust and believe.
You came up to me over there and you said, "Oh, you're corrupt."
No, I didn't say you were corrupt. I said the agency is corrupt.
You know me, and you go, "No, but your agency corrupt."
Your agency is corrupt. In the opinion of
I can't go up to them and say because the guy next door committed a crime, that guy's guilty. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's bad. That's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges.
It's the same thing. I think it's like different types of apples.
But society is corrupt as a whole. But the standard bearers shouldn't be corrupt. I'm not saying you may not be corrupt. You may seriously jump in front of a bullet for me right now. I don't know, right? But what I'm saying is there's been some bad apples in your agency. You guys have been around some bad apples. And until I see a cop walk up to another cop and say, "You can't do that," or "That's not right, stop that." Until I see that, then I'm going to say it's good people, but are they all good cops? I don't know. It's a difference. You might be a good person, but are you a good cop?
Do you know what the percentages are for like cops that are corrupt?
Oh, less than 1%. Less than 1%. However, what do you hear about? Do you hear about that cop that took the old lady's groceries in the house? Or do you hear about the cop who thought his body cam was off and he kicked the guy in the head? Which one happens more often?
I don't even know which one you're talking
Which one happens more often, though?
Groceries?
The bad cop or the good cop? The groceries happen more often, but you don't hear about that. So by being less than 1%, we hear about that less than 1%. So let's do something about that so we can eliminate that. You guys got the power to eliminate those guys. You do. You have the power, man.
I haven't directly seen anything like you're talking about.
Yeah.
So
You haven't. How long you been on the force?
7 years.
You never seen one questionable judgment by a cop? Not one. In 7 years.
Like from a
That thought
legality
that
standpoint,
maybe
no.
you should walk up to your supervisor and be like, "Hey, man,
From a legality standpoint, no.
wow, you either." There's a brotherhood. I understand the brotherhood. I understand the brotherhood. I understand the brotherhood. But I want you guys to know that what's bigger than the brotherhood is us, the people that you're out here sworn to protect and serve.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're just here to try to make this place better.
I like to
How
hear
many
that.
people you see me call by first name today?
Don't justify yourself to me as being a good person. I told you I'm willing to give you that. But I said the agency, maybe not you, and I'm sure if you had your way to press a button, all the bad cops would be gone. Right? If you could press a button, all the bad cops
It's
are gone.
impossible.
But no,
If you could press a button and have world peace, would you have it?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Is that
But that doesn't mean that you're not a part of the bad situation just because you want to change the situation. I'm a part of society and I know society's corrupt.
I understand what you're doing. We appreciate. I mean,
Right now it's all about education, each other, having a dialogue. That's all it's about right now.
most of us are just trying to make the place better.
Right.
That's why we walk. We want to be visible. I know Stanley. I know his business. I know those kids. I know Levette. I know Big Dog over there. They all know me
Right.
because I want to be involved. It's not about just arresting people. It's trying to make the place better.
Absolutely. You know, there's three categories of cops. There's the ones that want to make the communities better. There's the ones that want to come and get a paycheck and a pension. And there's the ones who want authority. And I believe you guys, from what you've just told me, I believe you really want to make the community better because, no disrespect, you come from a black and brown community. So you know. So I can honestly believe that you want to make it better. You engaged me very respectful when you didn't even know who I was. And who's this grown man staring at me, watching
Well,
me?
you were staring at me.
Right, but it was still respectful. So I can tell by your character from doing that you're not a tyrant out here, right? But I don't want you to be here for a paycheck and a pension either.
Everybody's here for a paycheck and a pension.
I don't want that to be the reason, though.
It's gonna be.
It shouldn't be
the job.
A paycheck and a pension wasn't my reason for joining the military. That wasn't my reason for joining the military.
I mean, we don't do just for the paycheck, but we do have families and bills like everybody else.
And I want you to get as much money that you can get to take care of your family, but I don't want that to be your reason for being out here. I don't want you to put your life on the line for $120,000 a year.
Every job gives a paycheck.
$120,000 a year is not enough for your life.
And get paid.
120. Who gets 120?
Man, with overtime and benefits,
I don't get no 120.
with overtime and benefits,
Yeah, I wish.
add that insurance benefits into it. Add that. Add that, yeah. Add that. Add that.
This street is very dangerous here.
Yeah.
People get run over here all the time.
On another subject, I'm gonna let you guys go after this. On another subject, I was watching Help Me Howard today. And the city of Miami Gardens is making the residents clean the portion of sidewalk in front of their house. What do you guys think about that?
I clean mine.
But they're making it your responsibility.
Well, you can just throw garbage. I mean,
No, pressure clean.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I clean mine, but I'm in an HOA.
And even then, it's not your responsibility, is it? Because you don't own that sidewalk.
Yeah, but you sign it because mine's an HOA. It's a different county.
Who maintains it? Like if it gets a crack in it,
They do.
the HOA pays for it, not the city.
The city. I think the city does. I don't know.
I don't have a sidewalk.
Wow. All right.
I mean, you got to pick your battles too.
Yeah. All right. Deputy Fancy,
All right, man.
Deputy Roberts, you guys be safe.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
That's all right.
It's very hot
I'm
today.
so-
Check me out. You know you guys gonna be on the Big Nick South Florida Accountability.
Here.
All right.
Take care,
Be
man.
safe, fellas. 7-0. You're going to be my YouTube star, remember, ass. Because all you have to do is just shut your mouth and let me do what I do. Big Nick.
Big Nick, you don't look so big, bro. Keep watching.
I'm a lot bigger than your little ass.